Hello, fam. A little mid-afternoon break. I hope you're taking a break. And it's really beautiful outside. So I hope you're taking a little hooky too. I am here with Jana from the Maryland Winery Association, and I'm so excited to talk about this weekend experience. I know we've tried to plan several things like this before, and I'm glad that it's coming to fruition. So, welcome, Jana.
Thank you. Yeah, COVID, that just threw a loop, threw it all for a loop as far as planning events. And I think you and I talked about this event. This was originally scheduled for 2020, and then COVID.
Just a little COVID. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah. So, okay. So, April,
Mm-hmm.
if you are in town, or you should be coming into town
100%.
on April 15th,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and to Annapolis, Maryland, at the Graduate Hotel.
Yep.
And there's a whole day and evening of activities planned on the 15th. So if you are sitting around and you're like, I don't know what to do because March Madness is going to be over and football season hasn't started yet and baseball's still starting, so it's not really interesting. And let's just throw in the Olympics, it's an off year. You got something to do.
You do. You do. We planned it perfectly that way to fit in that little spot on the calendar where there isn't something, happening, like major happening. But it's spring and we're wrapping up Maryland Wine Month right now. March is Maryland Wine Month. And we're just really excited to host this inaugural event. Our goal is for this event to grow in size and scope every year. We really love having it in Annapolis, which is a destination, city of its own. And we've got some really great support from Visit Annapolis and Anne Arundel County for this event. And as you mentioned, it's at the Graduate Hotel. And the number one thing is we've got a room block for Friday night and Saturday night at this hotel. So if you wanted to come in town early to take advantage of everything the next day and then stay Saturday night because you want to go out in Annapolis and then go on the tour that you're offering on Sunday, we've got rooms for you. So it's a all in one. But yeah, as you mentioned, April 15th, that Saturday, we've got these 4 great master classes to kick off with specialty wine topics, stuff that we can all, geek out on and are really fun. We've got a blending seminar. So if anyone ever wanted to understand how a Bordeaux blend is made, this is kind of the perfect class for you. We've got an oyster and wine pairing because, of course, we're in the Chesapeake Bay region and Annapolis, and we're working with the Oyster Recovery Partnership on this class, and we're super excited about that. We've got a class on the library wines of Maryland. So we have the amazing Al Spoler from Cellar Notes and our wonderful state viticulturist Joe Fiola pulling out some of the older vintages of Maryland wine. And that'll just be really fun to taste through. And we've got Regina McCarthy from the Vineyards at Doden also in that class. She wrote the book, Maryland Wine, A Full-Bodied History. So we have like the experts on Maryland wine all in this class. And then the 4th class we have is called Clever Collabs. And that's a class that's going to be really fun also because it's looking and tasting, of course, the collaborations we're now seeing between wineries and breweries and wineries and distilleries, and these really cool, fun products that they're working on together. So we're really excited to have a combination of wineries, breweries, and distilleries for this class. So those happen during the day between 11 and 3. And then it rolls into sparkling wine reception at 3:00, because who doesn't love some sparkling wine? And we're going to have sparkling rosés. We're going to have, all kinds of fun stuff. We're also pleased to have Sima Wines joining us for that, and they'll be bringing some fun sparkling wines from other regions of the world to taste. So that's an hour-long reception, and then that rolls right into the grand tasting. And that's where we'll have 22 of our wineries pouring all Maryland wines, the best of the best. And you could just walk around and taste and talk to the representatives, the winemakers. There'll be some great food there, some music, and yeah. And Siama will also be pouring wines for that. And they're going to be doing Albarenos from around the world and Cab Francs from around the world because,
Really?
yeah, as you know, Albarino does really well in Maryland and Cabernet Franc does really well in Maryland. We thought it'd be really fun to see how those grapes express themselves in other regions, both nationally and internationally. So they'll be pouring some of those wines just to kind of have some fun, fun comparison.
That's really cool. I love the fact that you have the blending class because, like, quite honestly, I don't know if we're considered post-COVID now or whatever stage we're in, right? Um, the vineyards have changed their format. Some of them are going back to pre-COVID format, but a lot of them aren't. So, unless you make super special arrangements, you're not able to see behind the scenes. You're not able to visit the barrel rooms, to see the tanks, to hear what goes on in the winemaker's head. And so having that blending class that you're able to hear the different perspectives and what goes into making a Maryland Bordeaux like blend. So that's super exciting for those people who like to geek out like myself about about wine. Is that the class that Ben is leading? Who's leading that class? Do you know off the top of your head? I'm sorry to put you on the spot too.
Yeah, so the blending class is going to be this. Get this. This is an amazing lineup of women in wine here. Sarah O'Haron from Black Ankle, Lauren from Port of Leonardtown Winery, and Judy Crow from Crow Vineyards.
Oh, that's like an all-star lineup.
Isn't that a great lineup? Yeah.
That is an all-star lineup. Yes, yes. If you've never met any one of those women individually, they're rock stars. And together, man, it's going to be explosive. You really need to hold on to. Yes.
Yes. Be feisty.
Yes, you need to hold on to your hat because they all three of them just bring different perspective and experience. So
yeah. So yeah, that's really, that's really fun to have them there. And then, hey, as I mentioned, we've got the rooms there Saturday night at the Graduate Hotel. We've got a room block because people want to spend the night because guess what's happening on Sunday?
Oh, let me think. Is there a wine tour possibly?
No, there's a wine tour.
There is a wine tour. I'm excited about this wine tour because we're leaving from the Graduate. And if you didn't have enough of Regina on Saturday, we're going to the Vineyard at Doden, which is in Davisonville. It's a beautiful property. It's historic, and they have such a great story about what they do there, and just the farming practices is just great to sit and listen to. In addition to, they have beautiful wine, and I don't know if I shared this with you before, and if I did, just act surprised when I tell you again. My first Maryland wine event, I had the Sauvignon Blanc from Doden. It was because they were only making the Sauvignon Blanc. It was like their first event, and they were making this Sauvignon Blanc. And back then, many of people know that Sauvignon Blanc isn't like one of my favorites. And I had it, and I was like, oh my God, this is pretty amazing. And they were always my exception for Sauvignon Blanc there. And so to see their portfolio just grow, such great quality is amazing. So when you go on the tour on Saturday, I mean, excuse me, on Sunday, you're able to go behind the scenes and um, in the barrel room, and they tell you about their farming practice and their organic processing, and which is amazing. And then you'll have this wonderful charcuterie board there,
Mhm.
and lunch at the vineyard. And then we go to Great Frogs, which
Yes.
is a treat because their hours are very limited and tend to be only open for their members. And
Mhm.
this is the only vineyard in Annapolis. When people say, "Oh my God, is there a vineyard in Annapolis?" It is the only vineyard. It's like it's tucked away right off of Spa Road in Annapolis, and spending some time there with those guys. They also have a great story too. So
Yeah, that's a really fun day. And the fact that it's kind of led by you and people could just get on a bus and go, it makes it so effortless and like for an absolutely fantastic Sunday. And like you said, but neither of them are really sort of widely open to the public. So it really
mhm.
is kind of a behind the scenes treat to do this tour.
Yeah, and it's a great way if, you were here Saturday, then, part of the beauty of Maryland wine is are visiting the vineyards,
Mm.
right? And just seeing the uniqueness of them.
Yeah.
And this is a great opportunity, and you don't have to worry about driving at all.
Yep. Exactly. Exactly.
You just have to show up. That's it.
And enjoy and relax.
Exactly. Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
Um,
So
I did want to mention going back to Saturday too. I'm fingers crossed. I'm like really hopeful, but two of our brand new wineries are going to be at this event. One of them is Courteau Vineyards in St. Mary's County, who's getting ready to open up their tasting room, I think in late April. And then brand new Boyd Crew Wines. We are hoping their license goes through and that they'll be able to
wow.
attend the event. But yeah, two of our brand new wineries will be there on Saturday at the grand tasting. So we're really excited about that. Just as this industry kind of continues to grow and mature, and we'll have a lot of sort of our legacy wineries will be there also. So it's really fantastic to see kind of that whole spectrum of wineries that have been around for decades and decades, like Linganore and Bordy and Elk Run, and then these two brand new wineries kind of joining the Maryland wine family and showcasing the amazing things that they're going to be doing. So that's really cool. We're excited about that.
That is cool. I know there there will be new ownership there also
Yeah.
on
Do tell.
on on Thanksgiving Farms. New owners will be there as
Oh,
well.
all that
Yes.
that who knew? That's awesome.
They will be there. The previous owners will be there helping the newer owners too. So if you are a
That's
fan, you'll
amazing.
be able to meet them
Awesome.
as
I really
well.
look forward to it. Yeah. So I
Yes.
wanted to tell you a little bit about kind of the pricing for this event because you take a look at the ticketing page and we've really tried to make it super flexible for everybody that you can either buy a package for the entire day, which will get you any two of the master classes you might like, the sparkling reception and the grand tasting. That's $290 for the entire day. So basically wine from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. You can also buy tickets just for the different specialty classes themselves. You can buy tickets to the sparkling reception and tickets to the grand tasting. So the sparkling reception on its own is 55, and then the grand tasting on its own is 85. But we want to offer, your followers and your wine community a discount code of 20% off all of these things. And that code, super easy, is TASTE23. So TASTE23.
I'm putting it in the chat
Awesome.
now.
Awesome.
That
But
is
yeah,
super exciting.
yeah, you
Yes.
can really curate your own experience, and that's the whole point of, of what we're trying to do is kind of create a lot of different opportunities to try different things.
And they can go to Eventbrite.
Mhm.
Is that how they find tickets?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
then put in a Maryland wine experience.
Correct. They can also go to marylandwine.com
Okay.
under our events section on the website. And it's also all over the Maryland Wine Facebook page. And yeah, we're really excited to share this event. And we want to see everybody there. A fun city in the gorgeous spring weather.
I know. I mean, Annapolis is a great city. I'm sharing it now. In the comments where you can get tickets at marylandwine.com.
Yeah.
And please use that discount code. That is amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that
You're
with
welcome.
us. And that's Taste 23. I also placed that in the comments too. Um, so I like the drink what you like
Mhm.
or do everything. And definitely, if you're going to do everything, get the hotel room.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah.
just trust me on that. You
Just
want to get the
turn it
hotel.
into an overnight, why not? Why not?
You want to do that. You want to do that. And I know a lot of people they go to the festivals, but you don't really get the full Maryland wine experience. And with this, you just get a little bit of everything. And then those individuals who may not be wine people, you have the great collab
Mhm.
event. And so people are able to get both. So are the breweries and the distilleries also collabing?
Yeah, yeah. And so we'll have representatives at that class, from beer, wine, and spirits. Because what we've seen over the past several years is this so much kind of cross-pollination of creativity among all of these
Mm-hmm.
industries. And if you're not just a straight up wine lover, because I mean, don't we all really love to try all
Yes.
the different things? Yes. So
Yes.
we just thought we really wanted to make that a component of this event too. And, something we'll expand on probably in years to come too, is highlighting more of those really interesting kind of cross collaborations and, sort of showcasing everything that the craft alcohol industry is doing in Maryland, which is incredible stuff, as you well know,
It's just, I mean, it's growing. I was on your site this morning and I was just making note of all of the new vineyards and wineries that are on there. And I think I counted at least 7 or 8. I could be wrong. And then the cideries, there are more cideries also there. Will cider also be present this weekend
Um,
too?
I don't think we have any cider producers
Okay.
registered. But you just gave me an idea for next year's programming. I love the idea of a dedicated cider or a dedicated mead, workshop.
Hmm.
100%.
Oh yeah, because it's made in very similar fashion
Mhm.
as wine. So
Yeah, and we're seeing a
definitely.
lot of growth in those two areas too. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. And Maryland's such a great site for it.
it is. Yeah.
It is a one. So any word of advice for people who are kind of on the fence
Mm.
and any suggestions for them?
Uh, don't be afraid of wine. It's not snobby. It's not above anybody's head. It's grape juice. It's fun, and every single winery participating just loves to share what they do. Yeah, this is, again, we tried to make this fun and inviting and easygoing. This isn't stuffy or anything like that. I mean, wear your flip flops if you want. It's okay.
Exactly. You know what? I always say you can't be intimidated by a grape.
No, no,
You know?
no,
You
no,
should
no.
you should not be intimidated by a grape. And I do agree with you that anytime I have approached one of the owners or the winemakers, they are extremely approachable and they want to share. They want to share what they're doing and the exciting things that they're doing. And the other thing that I notice is sometimes like they'll let you try a little extra or some other things too. So
Yeah.
that's pretty cool about being in this situation
Yeah.
here.
You know, again, this is a really great way to taste Maryland because these are all Maryland Appalachian wines. We have other events where wineries are attending and they're bringing wines that might be made from grapes outside of the state, but we really wanted to show the amazing versatility we've got here in the state of Maryland. So there'll be, red wines, white wines, some rosé, and of course, delicious sparklers that, nobody can resist. So,
I'm just adding in the comments, the date,
mhm.
and then the wine tour is on the 16th.
Yep.
So if you have plans on Saturday, join us on Sunday.
Yeah. And it's a really unique tour opportunity, like just kind of like we said, they're not widely open to the public. So getting a chance to visit both of them is fantastic. And you're right, that Sauvignon Blanc that Doden, that was their first wine that they launched. I
Yes.
remember tasting that. I think it was in Baltimore. We must have been at the same event.
Yes, yes, yes.
I was like, what is this wine? It's amazing.
Yeah, it was at Camden Yards.
Okay. Yeah.
It was at, I forget, I don't know if it was a drink local, but I do remember it was at Camden Yards.
Hmm.
And I
Yeah.
had that and I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and I remember Great Frogs has done some really beautiful reds. I remember having one of theirs not too long ago that had, I think it was Minnesota oak barrel aged, and it was
Mm-hmm.
gorgeous and delicious. And, again, just kind of speaks to the really cool things people are doing in Maryland.
And when you talk about, I know they do they do dessert wines. They do
Mm-hmm.
dessert wines very well. And I remember one of them, they were using whiskey barrels for their dessert wines. And so to try all of the different ones that they have.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, one of the things I should mention about this event, I totally forgot, is that we're going to have a bottle shop. So you can buy bottles to go. So all of the wines that are going to be poured and sampled at the sparkling reception and the grand tasting, you can take a bottle home with you. Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Chop,
Because
chop,
how
chop.
often does that happen, right? Like you go someplace and you're like, oh man, I wish I had bought something.
Right.
Yes. Yes. And a lot of these wines aren't widely distributed
Mhm.
in the retail outlets. So unless you want to drive to the vineyard and many of them aren't shipping, this is a great place to get them. To stock
Exactly.
up. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
It's great to stock up. Well, thank you for taking a moment. I know you're extremely busy. Before we got on the call, I was asking you about the legislative session, and you guys are in the heat of that. And you're still smiling, and you have all your hair. So,
I do. Legislative session is a bonkers time, but we love to be able to work with legislators to, pass legislation that supports this, this industry. So it's all worth it for supporting our members who we love dearly. So.
yes, yeah. Oh, and you know what? I had just introduced you like Jana, my next door neighbor, but
I feel like we're kind of next door
I know
neighbors.
exactly. But, Jana's a big deal because
Yeah.
she is a big deal, right? Like, yeah, you got to accept it. She is CEO, right?
I am the acting CEO of Grow and Fortify, and
The acting CEO,
the
yes.
amazing Kelly Dudek is the acting executive director now of the Maryland Wineries Association. So yeah, woman power here.
Yes, yes. So I really, really thank you for jumping on here. And I encourage everyone to join us in Annapolis next weekend, April 15th. And if you're able to tour with us on the 16th, we look forward to that. And most importantly, please purchase your tickets and use the discount code of TASTE23 to get your 25% off. So please use that discount code.
Thanks, Leslie. It's always nice to talk to you.
Thank you. I know. And hey, maybe we can have a little petite bird out
My
this weekend.
favorite. You
Yes.
remembered.
Yes.
See you on the 15th.
See you. Take care, everyone.
Thanks.